Yeah, so I guess the main question we wanted to ask RX was, what were the major muscle groups that you're using when you're skipping or doing double unders?
Yep.
And just kind of breaking down the biomechanics of where the majority of your force is coming from, and how to make sure that you're transferring that force as efficiently as possible.
Okay. One of the things that we teach in our clinics, and the first thing actually, is body position. And trying to get that stack position that we talk so much about in CrossFit. So if we're doing our snatch overhead, we're wanting elbows locked out and that barbell through the hand all the way down through the shoulder and then into the rib cage.
Yep.
It's no different for double unders, so we want to stack the body just the same, and we put the athlete into a position called athletic neutral, which then goes into athletic ready when you introduce the hands and things into it. So probably the best thing for us to do is to demonstrate that. I can kind of tweak you around on it. So let's get you, so come over a little bit, let's get your feet together is the first point. And then what we're wanting to do is to get your head, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, everything to align. Now we're doing this through our midline primarily, and it's going to be by moving those hips. Now the cues we use to do that is going to be, first of all, you've got your feet together, which is spot on. So feet together, we're going to take our chin and bring it down through our chest. And then from there, my hips are going to go back until I can see the bows in my laces. So I can just see there, excellent, that your hips are kind of shifting back. Maintain that hip position there. Posterior pelvic tilt, turn your butt on, okay? Beautiful, turn the butt on. Now you're going to lift your head forward into that neutral position. So in that position now, you're nice and stacked, okay? So with that, we're calling that athletic neutral, so you can relax there. And then when you relax, you can definitely see those hips are coming forward and your midline is switching off. So we say athletic ready, you know that you've got to get that butts on, those hips back. That's everything stacked, okay? Now with that, you're putting yourself into a position that is setting you up for success because you're wanting to jump up. One of the areas that we see that people get wrong with double unders or jump rope in general is they're not stacking their body correctly and jumping straight up. They might be jumping backwards or forwards, and by fixing this body position, that's one area in which you can guarantee that you're going up and down and staying in the one spot. A lot of people jump around, and I find that a lot of it is if they aren't stacked in that position. So if I maintain that stacked position, I'll go into my ready position here. I'm going to be up and down in the one spot. Whereas if I break that position, I can be coming open, and that is going to be pushing me backwards.
So your starting position is determining your movement and end position.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you'll want to be jumping up and down in the one spot. Okay, so stack position. The next thing from there is you start to introduce movement in through the feet, and that's with your feet together, you're going to be getting that athletic neutral position, and you have to come up onto your toes. So come up onto your toes. Okay, and there we go, comes forward, okay? So you've got that stacked position, but also understanding that when you come up onto your toes, which is the start of the double under, you need to be putting that pressure, forcing you straight up, rather than forward, or some people go back with it as well. So let's go straight up and back down. Beautiful. Up and back down. Now with that, you're also seeing that your toes are going to be pointed at the bottom of the rep or the bound. A lot of people come up and then they kick their toes back up again. Yeah, dolphin, kind of dolphin kick in there. We want to always maintain those feet coming down. You're getting full extension out of the feet and the calves there. So that's another area. So let's do it again. So nice and tall on the toes. Good. Okay, and again. Now, how about we introduce a little bit of speed into the movement? Double unders are, of course, a quick movement. So if we're just going to pulse up and down.
There's my fun.
So you can see you're already starting to fall forward again, okay? So again, you've got to check that midline, making sure that everything's locked down and those shoulders over the hips, over the ankles are locked in place, okay? So let's try it again. Better. Okay, cool. Okay, so with our progression from there, we're coming up onto the toes,
Yep.
but then we start to introduce movement. So
Yep.
it's going to be feet just off the ground like a fast single, and then we're wanting to go into the double, which is going to be an even higher bound.
Right, okay.
So if we're going to do that, we have to maintain that this
Yep.
is right, and this is right in the same place, before we then take it into our double underbound or triple underbound.
Yep.
Because you want to be jumping up and down that one spot, straight up and down.
Got it. Okay.
Does that kind of
That does
explain
make
it?
sense,
Okay,
yeah.
beautiful.